strong, burning like the sun. You can feel the heat. Whoa. When the pressures rise, building up inside, trying to break it down, but you come back stronger, ready to fight. Can't wait any longer. It's our time. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the start to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the start to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Ethan Burrell, big spin by the 50-60s. It won't be enough. Chris Record on the back of Johnny Jones, who covers the spot. Johnny, it's going to Victor Lane at the corner, scores the win. The home place beer completely beat by
It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the start to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the start to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Welcome to Mayhem. Yes, the Bristol 250 live at virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half-oval, site of tonight's round 2 finale for the JoinAPS.com Cup Series here live on the Elite Racing Network. So glad you could join us here tonight. I am Alexander Ned. Rashov has the night off. Dave will be handling the behind the scenes and providing some commentary as needed as well here tonight. Dave, I am excited, though. I will bring you in here a little bit here early just because we are at the World Center of Mayhem, as I like to call it. And tonight is a very special night because tonight solidifies who our Championship 4 is going to be.
Yeah, you can see there in the points on the screen there, we got Tyler Fody and Shane Therian. They're locked in with their wins in the first 3 events. And then the next few, Nick Massey and Tate Lytle, are currently sitting in the remaining 2 spots. Next 3 who can point in are Chad Frankenfield, David Tooker, and Josh Adams. And then Josh Clark and Vincent Isabella can only get in with a win.
And while it looks like there are 2 spots up for grabs, that is not going to be the case once we drop the green flag. In fact, we have just heard that there might be a starting park, which will then solidify Nick Massey as far as once he starts tonight's race, he will be joining the Championship 4 picture at Iowa in 1 week time. That'll leave only 1 spot up for grabs. Tate Lytle, the reigning champion, he has a 28-point lead on that cushion. However, he's going to need all of it. And on a night where we are expecting mayhem, especially with the new damage model, we'll have more on that in a moment. But tonight is going to be a very, very good night to have all your ducks in a row. You don't want to be fighting with your championship hope on the line later on. You can take a look and see at your starting grid, Trey Holmes, his 2nd pole in a row. That is amazing for that 88 car there. He had the pole at Auto Club last week, so he's outside David Tooker, one of those drivers who needs to point his way in order to keep his championship hopes alive. See Joshua Adams and Vincent Isabella, both of them also needing to do exactly just that. Just behind him, the man that has to feel the most comfortable here tonight, that 83 car, pointed himself in with the winner at Rockingham earlier in this round. And as you can see right behind him, Chad Frankenfield and Daniel Martinez, followed by Scott Crump and Tyler Fody, the 2nd driver who was able to point his way in last week by winning at Auto Club. And then you're taking a look at the bottom half, those outside of the top 10. Dustin Newer there, and Nick Massey, he's one of those guys that will be able to, once we get the green flag, he will point himself in no matter what. His teammate there, Bronson Stafford, still looking for a win. You see Jesse Rasmus Joey Chapman, Mark Rebellious, and Wyatt Canadal, Tate Lytle, and Jared Rexing. Lytle, a little bit concerned there, starting deep in this field, 19th. Not necessarily where you want to be in the eye of the storm early. Hopefully he'll be able to drive his way through any mayhem he encounters and make his way up to the front. You see just behind him in row number 11, Jeff Green, Michael Hossack, Robert Hill Jr., Joshua Clark, as we are now getting cars onto the field. To take a look at the rest of the starting grid on your screen. Bristol 250 here tonight is going to be a special one. It'll be 250 laps. However, mayhem is what we are expecting. It's typical here at Bristol Motor Speedway, but perhaps tonight more than any other night, because we have a new damage model for the JoinAPS.com Cup Series. All of iRacing was actually added to this new damage model. We hear that the cars are a little bit touchy as we get one to go on the grid. This is a moment all season long these guys have been waiting for, either to prove themselves or to come in with the next round with much momentum as they can. Some of these drivers have a lot on the line here tonight. Some of them are going to be deeply disappointed with their result. Others are going to be ecstatic being able to make their way in. They all have a shot, as we are about to have that pace car make the hard left turn on to pit road, ducking for cover, putting the field in the hands of that 88 machine, Trey Holmes, on the front row. David Tooker to his outside. The green flag is out. The round 2 finale underway at Bristol. Right now you can see that outside line beginning to take off just a little bit. A big blip by the 19 of David Tooker. He's going to get lap 1 in the books, and that's going to allow him another point. Although I believe he still has much more to overcome. I think he might be one of those win with his disastrous 2 weeks that he has had. But that outside line hanging tough right now. Trey Holmes, who was the pole sitter, he elected to start on the inside, and that has not been the case to work out for him, as we are quickly under caution already here.
Looks like it's Michael Goodman.
All right, be one of these chasers who has help.
He gets up into 31.
Goodman. Ooh.
Yeah, he got into the 31
right there. And he does a good job. He does make contact with the inside safer barrier right there. Car comes to rest on the front stretch. Richard Hines also with an issue, it looks like.
Oh, in a racing incident.
Flag was coming out. Yes, he's on the brakes, and then he suddenly just whips it into the outside wall right there. The 06 doing a great job. Racing incident. Yeah, and I would agree that was just a little bit of a stack up, but man, that is how close things are and how fast things can happen here at Bristol. While we're under the first caution flag, let me write that down because it might be a long night here, folks. Want to take a look at the ticker legend that will be scrolling across your screen. Dave was so kind to put this effort in and to help you guys who are at home watching along try to pinpoint where your favorite driver is and what their situation is in hopes as far as Iowa is concerned. If they're green, they are locked in. Those would be 3 drivers now. That'd be Nick Massey, Tyler Fode, and Shane Terrian. All of those drivers are going to be racing for a championship. That leaves 1 spot up for grabs. Currently, right now, David Tooker has that. That would bump our reigning champion out. So Tate Lytle, he comes in here the most comfortable on point should a non-chaser win this race. However, anybody can control their own destiny with a win. So that's what you're going to see with these guys. And that ticker legend up front can help you know exactly what is needed in order to win this race and get in for Iowa.
And thanks for reminding me I've now updated Massey so he's green.
Working lap 6 of 250. You know, anybody that has actually been to Bristol Motor Speedway, this is the most fun racetrack I believe we have on the NASCAR circuit. I've been here now twice, both on the concrete and the dirt, which was just removed in preparation for the August race and many other events that will be taking place at Bristol this weekend.
I've never been, but I think I want to go see it on concrete first and then see it dirt.
The dirt race was just ecstatic, especially coming toward the end. I really thought Tyler Reddick was going to have that. Chase Briscoe has entered the chat, but unfortunately, just did not work out for him. And now, with how many wins we've had in the Real Cup Series, that just places the importance of trying to get win, and how second place is not really an option now. You really have got to go out and get everything you can. That playoff grid is stacking up. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the JoinAPS.com Cup Series here, we see David Tucker. He's going to start on the outside. Looks like Trey Holmes, he had fallen back to fourth. That might help him, though, as he'll be in that outside line there. Remember, only the leader has the choose ability. David Tucker was able to choose the outside, as we are now about to get back under the green flag here at Bristol. David Tucker a little late on the throttle.
Big jump.
Stun progress made by the 12 of Vincent Isabella, but he's able to jump in front of the 88 car. As we are back under the green flag here. World Center of Mayhem. Tucker doing a great job there getting it outside. I can see that outside line really get to take off. That's exactly what we saw kind of running here with the Real Cup Series last fall. Not many takers after they repaved this racetrack really have not been onto the bottom of the racetrack. Just seem to not be able to get the speed out of the car that we see on exit through turns 2 and 4. As they race down the back straightaway, you can see how important it is to perhaps solidify your position and get up front and protect that position, because right now everybody's up top. Not a lot of people are on the bottom. We've got a crash, perhaps the 70. He's off the racing surface. He gets back on. Looks like no harm, no foul, but Jesse Rasmussen, the rookie, with an issue.
Did a great job getting it down out of the way, and everybody was able to get around it.
Yeah, don't often talk about a single car issue at Bristol and it not bringing out a yellow. He's going to take that Toyota Camry, though, down pit road. Meanwhile, it's Isabella stalking David Tucker. There is no question on the mind of the 12 car. His destiny is controlled by one thing and one thing only. That is to win. Right now, he's in front of that 83 car. Shane has been able to gap from his starting position by 2 spots. I believe he started 6. He's already up to 3rd, so make that 3 out of that 83. See just how high that line is that these guys are running. Just behind him, you see the 16 car, or excuse me, the 88 in front of the 15. And Joshua Adams, who is kind of using the bottom line, trying to see if there's something there. Not a lot of rubber down there yet. Here comes Chad Frankenfield taking a look. He wants to get to the outside there. And this is what makes Bristol so frustrating, is sometimes where we see the bump and run take place, because you can try and get to some guy, but you know you're faster than him, and you just can't get around him. And so far, I think that's exactly what's playing out for the 15 and the 88 car. We'll see if the chrome horn comes out to play later on.
I think Josh Adams said on social media he's coming home with 1 or 2 things in his hand, a checkered flag or a steering wheel. But he's going for it.
So far, though, and then top 5, and looking for more on Chad. Or excuse me, that's just outside of the top 5. Trying to crack it for the first time here today. Top 3 have driven away, though, a little bit. As Trey Holmes has become a little bit of a clog inside the top 5. They're not necessarily saying that he is slow, but just breaking up the momentum made by the guys behind him. As now we see David Tucker go to the inside. Here comes Vincent Isabella with a strong run up top. The 19 got loose on the bottom, and that opened the door. Here comes Vincent Isabella trying to take the lead and control his own destiny. He'll do so. Move Vincent Isabella into the playoff picture, and that puts Tate Lytle out of it. I'm telling you, Tate has got to be, well, everybody has got to be a little bit nervous there, but if one of these drivers, that's what I love about this format, you can control your own destiny by just going out and flat out winning. You need to have a good day. Now, Tate Lytle, he's one of those drivers that you can never count out, ever, no matter what happens. If we get to about the first top 10% of this race under completion, Tate Lytle has to know and has to worry about one of these drivers having a great day if he were to have just a mediocre day. Here's Joshua Adams underneath Chad Frankenfield. Looks like Trey Holmes actually been able to drive away a little bit from this battle, and that is just outside the top 5. Now between Tyler Fode and Chad Frankenfield, the 95, Joshua Adams is able to get around the 15 and set his sights on Trey Holmes just behind that battle as we see the 40. Ooh, wash up just a little bit. Got to the left elbow of the 15. He actually got loose on corner exit right there. Had to chase it up the hill, not into the 15 again. He'll fall back in line. Now, he is sandwiched in between the Lake Norman teammates as we see the 40 get right up the back bumper of the 15, almost get him loose. He'll take a look to the inside this time by. See a little bit of a blip from the 90 of Scott Crump, who's now going to try and aid his teammate there. Hopefully that will not be an issue, as what we have seen in the past between these two guys. And I only mean that because of bad luck. Yeah, but sometimes it's these guys not working together as well. We saw Talladega really did not go in their favor at all.
Good intentions going awry.
Yeah. Chad Frankenfield actually beginning to fall off just a little bit. Tyler Fode able to complete the pass, and Scott Crump, his teammate, around him as well. Up front, that is a battle for second. It's Isabella trying to run away with this thing here early as he's about to encounter the famous lap traffic at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's not a question of if, but when you encounter it. And he has done so, about to put the 9 car, Rusty Capel, a lap down. And he's got to the bottom half of this field. Now the question remains, which way do you go? And will you be able to knife your way through this traffic before other competitors behind you catch up? I'm telling you, I'm impressed so far, though. We have kept this thing green, and I will knock on wood. From what the concern was in the garage prior to this race, especially with this new damage model, these guys, let's just say, were definitely... Ooh, we saw the 12 car actually just get the wall just a little bit, avoiding the 08. That is extremely... I call it the Kyle Larson line. A lot of these drivers are running. See David Tooker as well. He has fallen off the pace severely since the drop of the green flag. Starting in the front row now, he is outside the top 5. This is the battle for third between the 83 and the 88. As we see more of our competitors beginning to use that inside line. Let's go back up front here, the 12 car in some heavy traffic. Look at them fan out 2 and 3 wide. That's not something you want to see, especially a guy get loose underneath. Looks like he's been able to get through so far. Now the question remains, can these left traffic play a factor as we or ride on board? Would you like to be a passenger in this full of traffic? Wow, he's able to, a lot of car control in this 12 car right there. He's able to switch lanes in the middle of the corner right there. But he actually has, if you see in that digital virtual rear view screen right on top, you can see that 88 car, Trey Holmes, our actual pole setter. He has yet to lead a lap there, but he is now right on the back bumper of the 12 car. That's just how much lap traffic can play truly a factor as you see the 12 car actually get loose underneath the 99. Holmes is there. From the rear view camera, the 88 taking a look underneath. How about the chrome on that racing machine? That's that Chevy Camaro. Oh, you see on the outside, great. Looks like the 99 car actually got a little bit of the wall right there. He'll find it again, as well as the 12. 88 car trying to lead a lap. He'll do so. Ooh, that was close. I do not know if he officially led a lap right there. Oh, They bounce off one another. Scott Crump has also entered into the picture as well. Trey Holmes, new leader.
We're getting racy, just less than 50 laps in.
Yes, and that is some great racing here. And I'm telling you, who is Trey Holmes' biggest fan is that 56 car, Tate Lytle. By taking the lead away from the 12 car, that puts the point picture back into play, and that means Tate Lytle, he's up to 11th, still has a solid cushion on his next closest competitor, which at this point would be that 12 car in second place as far as points would go. Scott Crump also on the agenda that Trey Holmes is, and that would benefit Tate Lytle as well. Vincent Isabella is starting to fall back a little bit as we solidify ourselves in the beginning of a long green flag run.
Definitely has to be one of the longest green flag stints I've seen in a short track for Elite in a while.
A little bit, there was a blip actually out of the 88 Trey Holmes right there. We have seen some blinking out of both the 90 and the 88 this season. Hopefully that does not happen as they race around with some lap traffic. That's Michael Goodman and Scott Haney being lapped 66 behind them. Scott Crump still looking for his first win of the season. He's been oh so close so many times, has had not had the luck or the teammate behind him to really get him to victory lane. Scott Haney's going to go down pit road, and there is Tate Lytle knocking on the door, I believe, inside the top 15, trying to crack the top 10. Right now, that 56 car, I think he just wants to keep the nose on it, keep it clean. Knows this is a very long race. He's the previous winner here. They are 3 wide behind him. Look at that gaggle of cars. Don't know who that was. Wow, Andrew Rucker in the thick of things right there. I believe that might have been, is that the 31? I can't really tell.
Yeah, 31
yes,
of Gerald Campbell.
I just saw them fan out. Andrew Rucker, ooh, loose. Gets it going. Like things are going to be okay. We are now past the 1/5 mark of this race. Talk about quickly pit road. Going to have to grind it down to 35 miles an hour here.
And it sounded like that not many people practiced a green flag stop. They were figuring we'd have a lot of yellows and they'd have it nice and easy. So green flag stops might be interesting.
Yes, and that is because not only do you need to be perfect here, you don't want to get caught with a speeding penalty that'll hold you an extra, I believe 30 seconds, is it not?
Yeah, I believe
30
so.
seconds is 2 laps here under green. You can find yourself quickly out of the race, especially with a mistake on pit road. Now, the other thing to that is that you don't want to be caught a lap down if a caution flag does come out. So these guys, I believe a fuel run is about 120 laps or so. I was not able to get that information there, especially with the next-gen cars. They actually have not raced on the concrete. This is a race that has not taken place yet in the real world. The last time the Cup Series was here was indeed on dirt. That put on an exciting show, but right now the show seems to be the 88 of Trey Holmes and the 90 of Scott Crump. They have worked themselves all the way up to the back bumper. It looks like Michael Hossack, the 24 car, might be the last car on the lead lap. They have driven away from third place, who, by my calculations, I believe yellow is out. Oh, the leaders get collected. Trey Holmes does a spin. Does he save it? I saw that just happen out of the edge of our frame. Might have some left side damage on that 88 car, but if he did not go around, I do not know how. They crashed right in front of him. Riding from the Whiskey Cast replay from high above. And that big TV screen right there, you see them come, and
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
goodness, both the 88 and Scott Crump making contact with the outside wall, so some damage on our first and second place drivers with that crash in turn 1. Onboard, yep, you see, I think the Tunner Smith there, and is that Bronson Stafford? Ooh, that is a significant hit there. It's going to require, it might not be severe damage, but that's going to take some time on the stopwatch to fix. And both he and the 90 car, they got it good. Never let your eye off the ball here at Bristol. You are always, always under constant penalty of having something go wrong in front of you, no matter if you're running in 40th place or you are the leader. You're in the same place at Bristol.
Apologize, there was a tally issued, but I didn't hear who they assigned that to.
Pit road unique here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the fact that under the yellow flag, you will use both straightaways here. Under the green flag, you only need to make a pit stop on your stall. See what happens here as Trey Holmes is able to lead him down. Vincent Isabella was in third, I believe. See some of the lap traffic go ahead and get on. It looks like, yes, Vincent Isabella, the 95, Joshua Adams, Tyler Fody, Shane Harrion, and the 83, yes, 19. All these guys able to fix that damage before the 88 of Trey Holmes and the 90 of Scott Crump. They lost a ton of position there. You have to feel for both of those. By my score, now they are in the 20th and 21st position. So they went all the way to the tail end, the last cars on the lead lap. That is so sad for both drivers that were having such a great run.
Hey, there's Jeff Green in a car that's not green. I haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice looking.
Looking pretty good in that red and white. Looks like we're going to get a chance to double up. I don't expect this to be, one, our last yellow flag, but also this is outside of our fuel window, so these guys will indeed have to make another trip down pit road. As Vincent Isabella, once again, in control of his own destiny and in control of this restart. He elects to start on the outside, and he is immediately on the gas once the pace car hit pit road, and we are back underway at Bristol. Nick Massey cracking the top 5 for the first time here today. A lot of drivers all working their way into that outside line almost immediately, although we see the group beginning to funnel out. Tate Lytle there just outside the top 10. Behind, got a little bit bottlenecked by the 38 of Jeff Green. He had an issue coming off the corner there. No harm, no foul. There's Sternquist underneath and Gerald Campbell. A couple of champions in the JoinAPS Cup Series, doing a great job there, running inside the top 15. Meanwhile, just ahead of that, you see Daniel Martinez and Chad Frankenfield fighting. That is the battle inside the top 10. That is just in front of the 38 Jeff Green. Tyler Fody leading this second pack, the 83 on the bottom of the racetrack, and the yellow flag is out, the third one of the night here on lap 69. Whoa, looks like the 40 in the 48 almost was an issue. Michael Goodman, is he going to find contact again? Yes, that's weird. He was very slow.
Yeah, they both checked up, and then Haney got into the back left of him.
Have to wonder if he was looking in his outside rearview mirror, noticing that the 70 car was there and didn't want to check up his progress, but had no idea the 3 car was right there. And it looked like the 3 tried to give him a break right there, but the 44 just doesn't get going. Oh, that's why the 44, there was actually a car in front of them that had trouble right there as well.
Yeah.
We saw that, so this is riding on board of the 44. Yes, somebody is spinning.
Yeah, somebody down low there.
Have caught the eye of the 44. And that is just how quickly things happen. Was that the 15 of Chad Frankenfield? It was a silver car. Whoever that was, they did make contact with the inside wall. Might not have been. I believe the 44 and the 3 were kind of in the back of the pack, and the 15 was definitely up front. So as we try to take a look and see who it was, maybe we roll this forward and we can still see just a little bit who that was. Yes, we can stop it right there. Oh, just beforehand. Who that is might have been, I think that's the 96. Perhaps not. Oh, Ryan. Perhaps. We'll find out. We will. We will find this out there.
It's not the 5. Okay, we can almost see the car there. Is that the 60?
Yes. Does look like the 60.
Joey Chapman? There you go. Joey Chapman.
Yes, so Joey Chapman. Ha! The NBC it. The all-seeing eye sees all. Joey Chapman is the first car that goes around. Might have caught the eye of the 44, who gets run over by the 3. And there is some hard contact with the inside safer barrier for that Ford Mustang. And our 3rd yellow flag is out as a result.
Doesn't make you wonder when something like that happens why the 60 doesn't get a tally for the self-spin when they really kind of caused the yellow.
Might be something that we up in the booth may never know.
Never know.
All right, well, we are under this yellow flag, I believe. We might be getting the one to go here signal. Yep. Or perhaps no. I think so. Yes. So far, it has been a clean night, though. No big wreck. Dominant line, though, has been the outside lane. People have their patience so far at Bristol. It's not always the case. The checkered flag is nearing. Pace car once again about to make the hard left turn onto pit road. 4th time today. Vincent Villa back on the loud pedal. We are back under the green flag. 12th car able to scoot away, but new 2nd place driver might be that 40 car in that outside line. It will be. He takes advantage of being in the right lane. Caution already before we get to turn number 3, and there is a big stack up in that general direction of the racetrack here. Let's take a look. Wasn't the 95, or was it? Oh, I didn't believe so. This is going to happen. Oh,
showing
around
the
just
02.
outside the top 10. Thornquist and Jeff Green. Green with an issue. Gets hit by the 02. Chad Frankenfield can't avoid it, and suddenly the track becomes blocked. The 64 able to get around. Ooh, Michael Hossack might have gotten into the front end of the 38 car, but the 02 had nowhere to go once he got into the back bumper of the 38. Oh, you hope that the 88 was able to avoid this. Oh my goodness. The 84, oh, he gets plowed into by the 06. And the 02 at fault, that is, oh, Interesting to me, considering that he was off the gas because the 38 car had an issue right there. Let's take a look. There were quite a couple of drivers that have damage here trying to get around this as an accident happens inside the top 10. This is from the back bumper. Or excuse me, riding on board. But yeah, the 38 car, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that tally, only because, like, where was he supposed to go once the 38 car had an issue? He did not get off the corner at all. But that's my view. We'll see if iRacing Control might. They've been known to throw drivers a bone. But I would definitely be pleading my case.
Doesn't sound like he's appealing it.
Jeff Green, though, having a strong day, will go for naught as he is on pit road, multiple laps down again. I am going to save my voice here, folks, so we'll just get back to it. We've seen through once we get back to the green flag here. Let's say double up and go green. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Bristol 250, cleaning up caution number 4 of the night. Vincent Isabella electing to start on the inside, bro. That's the first time he has been on the inside.
Big
as
jump.
we get back under the green flag, and he'll do so by getting a big jump on the rest of the field. Talafodi on the outside, he will inherit second place. Joshua Adams trying to cover the spot in front of Shane Therian in that 83. He'll do so as everybody migrates to the top of the racetrack there. Single file, the front 3. No, Joshua Adams back downstairs. He's been the first car really to try and work that inside line to his advantage. Fresh tires on these guys, despite being under caution now twice. These guys really have not been able to use the fresh rubber that was put on them under our only trip down pit road for all these top competitors currently. Vincent Isabella doing a great job. Some of those competitors that you were wondering with, like the 88, Trey Holmes and the 90, Scott Crump, they were involved in that last crash. That's what being in traffic can perhaps do to you. And those guys were at one point leading the race. Yellow flag number 5 is out. Just like that, it might be a long night for the round 2 finale at Bristol. Take a look and see what happened here between the 08 of Mike Keeler. This is coming off a turn.
Oh, that's the 99 getting
2.
into the back of him.
Yes. Oh, Michael Goodman gets sandwiched. Look at the 88 of Trey Holmes. He got through one. You might want to ride on board with that 88 car there as we take a look and see. Yes. Well, the 99. Trey Holmes has to go down, and my goodness, how close can you get and not get involved right there? He has to make a quick decision, and he does so by missing one. The 60 car right behind him does not. So
Joey Chapman again.
Fast things cannot go right here at Bristol.
Yeah, these are all going to get tagged as crash just because they were stopping to wait for the
All right, well, yellow flag number 5 of the night. Hopefully it'll be a quick yellow, but with yellows, yes, there is a tally going to be issued to the 96 there. 99 on our screen,
Is it?
though.
Yeah, it's 99 on our.
We will once again. Oh, take a look. Oh, these are live pictures right
Yep,
here.
we're back live.
Let's see, we're about to go green right here, and if not, we will just be silent for a little bit, just because there's not much happening there, folks. Especially. Welcome back. We join you live. Green flag is back out. Lap 90 in the books. Vincent Isabella once again back on the loud pedal. He'll get a good jump there. No really quick. Oh, the 95. Big wobble on the exit of turn 2. That's going to lose a spot to him as the 19 of David Tooker has suddenly come to life. These guys are mixing up here, know how important it is to try and solidify your position inside the top 5. For these guys trying to crack the top 10. David Tooker, wow, he slid across the bow of the 40 car there. Here comes the 95 taking a look underneath as well. It's amazing how these guys are able to just turn at will, basically in the middle of the corner there and switch lanes. That is a lot of wheel input and a lot of trust in your car. Especially, I think you can do that on new tires. Don't expect that move to work out on older tires there, or with lap traffic ahead as well. We see the 15 of Chad Frankenfield. He gets to the outside of the 83. That's a side-by-side battle for 5th. David Tooker has suddenly come to life there. He has made some much-needed adjustments on that Toyota Camry. He was inside, barely the top 10 before our second yellow flag, and now he's been able to use that every yellow flag basically to lock up some track position. He's now running second. He's one of those drivers that needs to win in order to point himself in. He could make it on points should others find trouble, but again, you control your own destiny with a win here tonight. Ooh, a bump from the 15. Chad Frankenfield trying to get the 95 going in the right direction, or at least out of his way, so he can get going in the right direction. Chad was one of those drivers who actually fell off in our longest green flag run of the night. There was battling inside the top 15 with Tate Lytle, I believe. Has been able to rebound there nicely. That is the battle for the, I believe, 6th spot. Actually, no, that is 5th. And Jared Rexing wants that spot just behind him. 33 doing a great job. Here comes Rexing, though, taking a look underneath. We try to get one on the board for lap 100. We're going to be in triple-digit territory there. And yes, looks like it'll go to the 12-car Vincent Isabella. I'm telling you, somebody who is shaking in their boots, who doesn't want to see that 12-car win is basically everybody else in the championship picture, but no more than the 56 of Tate Lytle, who has to be wondering had he been able to finish ahead of that 40 car last week. A second position there, and we're talking about a reigning champion. Might not be able to defend his spot on top of the board if that 12 car gets a win. Not had the day there, he's still running inside the top 15, but now, yes, he's running in the 13th position there just behind Andrew Rucker, but has not really made a statement or marched through the field since the drop of the green flag. He has gained, he started 19th, I believe, so he's gained 6 spots, but has just not been able to work its way through. Also, other competitors that have not been able to rebound there, as we see the 95 worked on the 40. The 90 of Scott Crump and the 88 of Trey Holmes, who perhaps had the fastest cars of the night. They are both running nose to tail behind one another there, but this is well outside of the top 15. I believe this might be for, as we take a look on the 90, we can get a running order. Yeah, or it's just outside the top 15, so Trey Holmes is outside of it. The 90 car is hanging tough inside. They have their work cut out for them, though. The 88 has had to dodge everything ever since being put back deep in this field on lap 62. Ooh, Michael Hossack just behind them almost had an issue in turn 4. He gathers it up and gets going. As we take a look at some of our other traffic outside of the top 10, keep a reminder that those guys that need to win, point their way in, are marked in red or blue. Guys that are good are going to be in green. As we take a look, this is the battle second through, I believe, 10th place on your screen. Vincent Isabella has been able to drive away from these guys. We saw him do that early in the run, but before the tires began to fade, he was in third when that wreck came out. Now, the good thing is the cars that were ahead of him were both Trey Holmes and Scott Crump when that caution occurred. And so, if with those removed from the equation, we might not see that 12 car fade to the back. However, we'll see who's been able to keep up with the racetrack and work their way up to the front. Look at this gaggle of cars. Jared Rexing not going to give up on the bottom of the racetrack. He and the 48 of Nick Massey trying to take the shorter distance away around, despite it not working out on exit, although it might do so just here with the 15 car not rolling the top like he once was, and now the 10 car, Jared Rexing, into 4th place. Guy that's also having a great day and who we haven't talked much about is that 31 car, Gerald Campbell. He's doing a great job there. I've had a hit and miss season, very much actually, much of a miss season as he runs along in the 9th position there. Anytime we have focused on this competitor who's running a Dodge. How about that? I am not, or is he just sponsored by Dodge? Wait, I am very confused. It looks like the back of a, is that a Ford Mustang behind there, or is that an actual Dodge? Is it Charger? I'm assuming that's the Dodge Charger. I have not seen the next gen Dodge Charger on iRacing. That is really, really cool.
It's hard telling with Gerald.
It looks like it says Charger. I'm gonna go with it. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, that's what my other always says. That is a sharp-looking 31, and it would look sharper inside the top 5, which he is currently trying to get there. And he has, look at this field stacked up right behind him. There's Tate Lytle. Wasn't he just in the 13th position? Now he's trying to crack the top 10 for the first time today, and he'll do so as the outside line really beginning to get clogged. Everybody is contact in the 33 and the 32 into the wall. Dustin Dewar shoved Daniel Martinez into the wall right there.
I was digging into the car information, so that is officially a Ford.
Okay. Even
with a
though
Dodge
it makes
paint
it
job.
look like a Dodge.
Yep.
Interesting. That is quite the the paint scheme and something to get around. Because even the front end definitely looks like a Dodge Charger. We see Daniel Martinez right in the back bumper of the 32. I have to wonder if there's going to be some retaliation. Oh, there is. He punted him a little bit. Things getting physical here as we are nearing the halfway point of the race, which is good news, folks. That means this race will be official. No. Anyway, I'll be early.
There you go. I put the car logos are up the top so we can see it scroll by them.
Oh, so officially it is a Ford for Gerald Campbell, as we were talking about there. Although,
and like I said, he's sneaky. So
sneaky.
He probably pounded into a Ford too.
I've seen that in iRacing. I was very confused. All right, if you take a look at this battle there, the 15 leads that. Joshua Adams has been working all over the deck lid of that Ford Mustang. That is a battle outside the top 10, though. Kate Lytle has come to life. Just as I was mentioning, perhaps. Oh, we got the 96 in the wall, the 99 on our screen. Looks like you got away with one. Yeah. Not in that 96 car. We've already had a tally issue. Scott Crump also entering back into the picture. Halfway on the board, Vincent Isabella still your leader in that 12 car. But that 56 trying to make sure that does not become a fact at the end of this one. Lytle has actually worked his way all the way up to 6th place. The last time we did that report, he was in the 13th, so he has cracked more than 7 positions since that report there. Still has some work to do on that 12 car, and if we get a lengthy yellow or another yellow, should I say, have to wonder if he has better on the short run or a long run right there. I would say it's better on the long run right now, but that 12 car seems to fire off, and he's been able to do exactly just that, especially controlling these restarts. However, he's now under pressure, I believe, by the 19. Is that David Tooker taking a look underneath just in front of these guys? I think that 19, or no, that is not. I'm sorry. That's David Tooker. He's actually fallen back. Let's see if we can get up there to first and second, I think.
Massey.
It is the 48 of Nick Massey. Massey, who has not made much noise despite leading the field with wins all season long. Kind of came in here quiet, was able to point his way in by just starting there, so he's been consistent, but will that be enough? Haven't really had the breakout run in the playoffs that we kind of expected out of this 48 car. Is it beginning to show up late in this round as he takes a look underneath the 12 car of Vincent Isabella and will lead that lap? He does. Vincent fighting for all that it's worth, and you have to wonder, he knows that 48 car, he's locked in. Will you use the bumper and get him out? If that means your shot at Iowa is right there versus somebody else, depending on if that 12 car finishes second or not. Isabella doing all he can in that 12 car. He's going to keep the 48 car pinched on the bottom a lot of blinking actually on that 48 car, which I believe is why we're not seeing that 48 car work its way up top side and clear. Doesn't necessarily want to take out the 12 car's chance of winning if there is still some internet issues on that 48 car. But these guys have capped third place by a full second on the running board. Wow, another driver that has, made his way up in the field is that 90 car, Scott Crump. That is somebody I don't believe that 12 car wants to see. It does not matter if it's a 48 or the 90 or anybody in front of that 12, if somebody passes him, his shot at Iowa is gone. And that 90 car is coming. I believe he might be the fastest car on the racetrack.
Like that 84 of White Canadal's ripping up through there. I think he came in and got he's got fresh tires. He's way down. Quick, you can see the impact of new tires.
Yeah, and they haven't had a green flag stop yet. But these guys, depending on when we last went green, were outside the fuel window. I don't expect that to be shaping up, but it might in the next 50 or so laps. 48 car once again taking a look underneath, and this time lap traffic is about to play a factor as well. Here comes the 40 and the 90, as well as the 83 and Tate Lytle in that 56 car. It's about to be an all-out family affair up front. These guys are family, right? I guess it depends on the day.
Yeah, and the position on track.
And what's at stake. There's a lot of it right now currently. As lap traffic, wow, really boxing in these guys, and that has brought the entire top 5 within half a second. Tyler Fode able to get outside. Nick Massey has lost not 1, not 2, almost 3 spots as he continues to get boxed in. Looks like his teammate will cut him a break. Michael Hossack there really gagging these cars as we see the 90 Scott Crump work underneath the 40. Wow, tense moments here at Bristol. This is taking my breath away. You hope you don't want to be the competitor that takes you out like the 24 car. You also don't want to be another person inside the top 5 to have a wreck and take out others with you as well. Here comes the slice to the inside. Tyler Fode and Scott Crump, last week's winner, trying to lead for the first time here today. Way up the racetrack goes the 90 car, though, to try and prevent that from happening. They're side by side, all happening behind the 12 car of Vincent Isabella. Wow, Scott Crump slid in a hole that was barely there in order to try and work underneath the 12 car. The 90 has been the fastest car inside the top 10. Gets clear of the 12 car, who shoves him into turn number 1. But we have a new leader. The 90 car, a Scott Crump, from mid-pack all the way back up to the point on lap 148.
Look who's back there in number 6 now.
Dun, 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 dun. We knew those guys were fast, and now, with some of the traffic thinning themselves out there, the 88 of Trey Holmes has been able to crack the top 10, and he's knocking on the door of the top 5. The 90 car, though, he had the least amount of damage out of those guys, so he was able, I think, to not have to worry about as much. That 88 car, although wounded, not really showing it on the time watch. He continues to set some pretty fast lap times as well. The 90, or excuse me, yes, the 90 currently leading, but the 12 car, his shot of going to Iowa just went away just like that.
You got to wonder if Tate Lytle wants to get ahead of him and just say, okay, as long as I keep you behind me, I'm okay.
And that does basically change the championship picture, especially with Tate Lytle running as well as he is. That would put him next in line. He's controlling his destiny by just having a good run. So that 12 car needs something to happen to the 90.
The next threat would be all the way down at 9th with Hooker, Frankenfield, and Adams running 9, 10, 11. They could win. Other than that, everything above 9 is all in or Vincent Isabella.
They're trying to shake up that championship picture. We have seen it done before. The last clutch win. But when it goes against betting against that reigning champion, my goodness. If it was anybody but that 56 car, I'd say you might be in luck. It's luck. We'll find out in less than 100 laps. Well, I think we might be at a safe spot here before the end of this race. So, Dave, I'll give you a chance to read off our sponsors here before things get cracking, hopefully.
All right. Okay, our series sponsor is JoinAPS. APS offers a complete solution for all types of businesses that need to process credit card-related transactions. Their industry-specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand what your processing needs are. That's JoinAPS, the sponsor of the Cup Series. Our premier sponsors are C2 Freight Services. C2 Freight offers complete freight management services. They're ready to meet your needs today as well as your changing needs in the future. With thousands of qualified carriers in their database, they're capable of handling shipping for every type of goods, from perishable foods to office equipment. Whatever you need to ship, they have access to necessary equipment, including flatbeds, double drops, vans, tankers, refrigerated equipment, multi-axle heavy haulers, dump trucks, auto carriers, intermodal containers, and more. That's C2 Freight Services. Our second premier partner is Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. For small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And our final premier sponsor is Powerhouse Recycling. Powerhouse Recycling strives to offer the highest level of customer service in the industry for each load processed time and time again. Attainable account representatives, prompt and on-time pickups, and customized recycling solutions keep Powerhouse Recycling as a North Carolina market leader in customer service. They believe in quality customer service before, during, and after the processing of clients' materials. They strongly believe through superior customer service, customized recycling, and complete transparency that they can earn their clients' business and hold longevity for all their business relationships. Thank you to all our sponsors for all they do throughout the season. To join APS for the Cup.
Thank you, Dave. And again, yes, thank you to all our sponsors. Knock, knock. How about that 56 car, Tate Lytle, knocking on trying to crack the top two and get around his competition there. His biggest threat all night long has been that 12 car. Now he's in within one car length, trying to make sure that threat is mute in these next 85 laps. Doing a great job there working the bottom of the racetrack. Actually found the wall a couple of laps ago. Woo. Jared Rexing, gets into the wall. Tate Lytle shut the door right there, and there's contact, the 88 and the 10. They hang on. Ooh, I have to wonder about that. I think Tate was wanted to make sure that he didn't lose any more spots there, and there was just enough of a hole that he cleared himself in front of that 10 car. But that kind of jumbled up the momentum set by the 88. And they did all but crash on that section of the speedway there.
Yeah, I'm hearing in driver chat that Rexing and Tate thought their cars had magnets in it. They were stuck together down that straight. They weren't trying to bang each other, but it just kind of sucked them together.
Problem actually become a real problem in the truck series. Remember, I don't know if you saw that race, but with two trucks that were stuck together. I think it was Matt Benedetto and somebody else. But the NASCAR had to throw the caution. Those cars became permanently stuck. Some say they're still stuck to this very day.
That's not what they mean by tandem racing, right?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen trucks in person in my life. It was so crazy.
Lap traffic's going to be a mess here for a little while.
It really is. As we see, the 56 almost get to the back bumper of Tyler Fode. I'll tell you, Scott Crump has been able to clear this. He's in a different zip code, but my goodness. We are looking at perhaps our next caution flag. As they are 3 wide. Harrison Talent, oh my goodness. And the 56, way up the racetrack goes the 96. Where do you go? Ducking for cover, and there is none. In the wall, the 05.
Keep it up high, keep it up high.
There goes the 89 in front of the 12 car. The 05 is going to go down pit road. My goodness, though, things got hairy up front. The 12 is actually going to lose. He lost a lot of spots. We just cut off on him. And Vincent Isabella, he lost a ton of positions right there. We might want to take a replay there while we still can, because he lost a ton of spots. It was just right around coming into turn 4. Yes, right there. So we see the 05 have an issue right there. The 40 and the 12 body slam one another, and then the 08 in front of the 89. And now things got really close. Tate Lytle lost a lot of spots right there. Excuse me, wasn't so much the 12 car, but Tate Lytle with an issue right there.
The 06 is up there banging against the wall too. Trying to get out of the way.
We can probably go back as the yellow flag is out. Oh my goodness, number 6.
Oh, it's Nick Massey.
Had a feeling something had to give right there. Between the 88, oh my goodness, Gerald Campbell gets into the back bumper of the Trey Holmes machine, and Nick Massey goes for a wild ride in turn 3. 12 as well. Oh no. Looks like the 88 might have came up just a little bit. They just met.
Yeah, they're calling it net code with the Campbell and Trey Holmes. And that gets Vincent Isabella. It may not be too much damage on him. Tate squeezes through there.
Somehow got through that. Oh, but Nick Massey welcoming the fact that he was able to win or not win and be in, but stay in. Take a look at this mayhem. If Tate Lytle makes it to the next round, just save.
No contact.
That. Save that picture right there. My gosh. Well, the good news, though, is that this will take out the need for a green flag pit stop. Bad news is it will hurt some of our top contenders of the day, including that 12 car, Vincent Isabella, who will have to fix some of that damage. That's going to erase the significant lead that Scott Crump had put on the rest of the field. As we get just to 70 laps away from the checkered flag. Under caution, so we'll just leave you with the upcoming broadcast right there, so don't go anywhere. Green flag back out up front. The 90th Scott Crump off and away. You see the 40 car going to jump up in front of the 83. He'll do so. Tyler Fody and Shane Terrian doing all they can to collect bragging rights at this point. They're having a great run, showing that their championship for Burke is not a fluke. See Vincent Isabella, who had damage from that latest caution flag under pressure from the 56 of Tate Lytle. That has been an important battle all night long, and it's favored the 12 car so far. It looks like it'll now go to the 56. Tate Lytle in front of that 12 car. He's now the highest running of our competitors that needed to point their way in. That would mean if the race were to end right now, he would indeed make it inside the championship for picture and be able to defend his reigning championship. However, the 12 car has been fast immediately on the short run, and he gives chase to the back bumper of that 56 car.
Our other must-win cars worked his way up.
Easily. Oh, sorry, say that again.
Our other must-win cars made his way up there. He's right up there. Joshua Clark's in 6th place right now.
Yeah, and actually I have not talked much about him at all, but he has had a great day so far for Pro Edge Racing. Man, laps go down quickly here, as Vincent Isabella has been able to get around that 56 car. This is right in that sweet spot where we saw that 12 car. If we get a rash of yellow fever here, do not count out that 12 because the short run speed is there. He just dove underneath the 40 car. He's up to 3rd. That traffic already in front. 96 car going to put it in the wall there to avoid. Everybody else has to get around him. Here comes that 12 car looking underneath the 10. Oh my goodness, the 08 right in front of the leaders.
Diving out of the way at the last second.
Less than 60 to go. Three-car breakaway at the front of the field. Vincent Isabella, though, obviously fast on these new tires. Yellow is out. That'll be our ace one of the night. Oh no. The 88 has just been the unfortunate star, although this time he misses one. Gerald Campbell and Andrew Rucker get together on the backstretch. Joshua Adams, Daniel Martinez. Ooh, nowhere to go.
Hard.
That is a some of that new damage model that a lot of these drivers were worried about. That, to me, is a broken toe link on that right front. Wow, Trevor Elam in the 96. Ooh, did the 96 find the inside wall? He might have. But that is going to be some significant damage on the 33. He will have to fix that. Scott Crump. Are some of these drivers electing to go down pit road? It looks so.
Yeah, it looks like Crump and Rexing and Lytle are pit lane.
That's going to hand the lead to the 12 car. But by this point in time, I believe they've made their bed. Now they have to lay in it. Now there's so few cars on the lead lap currently. That also plays a factor into perhaps driving yourself up through the field. We're only going to restart there, kind of half
12th
way in the grid. Yeah, 12th. And that might be enough. However, that 12th car, hey, has been fast. Now, my question is, with this being short runs, does he have the short run speed, or does the longer those tires wear out, does it play into the fact that somebody may be on long run speed despite having that yellow flag? Track position, though, is king currently. He might be able to get away with that, controlling this restart.
Gerald Campbell's reporting he had 0 damage from that last incident. He called his car invincible.
Interesting. Maybe they know something. Maybe these cars can take a lot more of a damage and more of a hit than what we expected.
So this is what 0 damage looks like.
That is insane. He doesn't hit very hard. Fortunately, the 33 car does. It kind of comes to a stop.
If we go into the 33 car and see.
Ooh. Hard hit. Also have to manage. Anytime you spin at Bristol, especially the 30, what do you call it? 20-degree spanking right here, that does not help your disorientation that, what do you call it, you must experience when you whip around the wall like that. I don't care if it is virtual. So I have a moment of what's going on when that breaks out in front of you. Oh. Had a little bit of an issue right there. I don't see any cars.
Nuts. Yeah, neither do I.
Well, okay then. Interesting.
I got nothing.
Did we just lag out of the lobby? Oh, there they go. But they're not back. Now the green flag is back out, and there is definitely chaos. The 90 doesn't get going. We're immediately back under yellow. And
I think it was for everybody.
A bizarre set of circumstances here.
The entire field lagged out, is what they're saying.
So hopefully, when something like that happens, obviously the whole field, I mean, it lagged, but not lagged out. Will everybody be able to get their position back here?
So we lost Tyler Fode. What happened was everybody but Fode lagged. He drove all the way around by himself, took the green flag, and then he got kicked. So he's currently not.
Wow.
He got up to a whopping 208 miles an hour before he went out. So he went back to the future.
Record.
He went back to the future on us, and he hit 208, and he's now somewhere gone.
And welcoming the fact of that win last week is Tyler Fode.
He's glad.
Well, this is definitely bizarre.
Yeah, so now we're going to have a little bit of time. We got to reset everybody and figure out what iRacing's telling them to do.
Telling you who's loving that, though, is that 12 car. There's more laps winding down.
I am hearing word that people in other iRacing servers have reported issues, so iRacing servers in general, I believe, had an issue. Worldwide outage.
There's the 88 car back on pit road. Have to wonder where the drivers that were on fresher tires there, where did they come out? I think our top three. We know Scott Crump came in, and he's right now shown in the 4th position.
Yeah, so it'd be 5th. Crump is in 5th.
Oh, 5th, excuse me.
So the cars that came in look like they're going to be Crump, Rexing, Arian, Idle, and Durer all came. So that's basically 5th through 10th.
And that's all that we have on the lead lap. So,
right.
Those guys, that was, I
They're
believe,
unfortunately
their third set of
trying
tires.
to.
We typically only have 3 sets of tires. So, my main thing is if we do get a rash of yellow fever, if these guys decide to switch it up, maybe we see the 12 or the 19. They could pit late if we have a late yellow flag, and you know, put the newer tires on them. It could work right back in their position right there.
Michael Goodman went from a lap down to position 9, so he lucked out on the glitch.
I believe you're about to get back underway here. Yeah, Trey Holmes, he had just been on pit road. Only 11 cars on the lead lap. So we'll see what happens here with fresher tires. 4th place on back. The 12 in a must-win situation gets back going. David Tooker in the same boat. Joshua Adams, the top three, all need to fight for a shot at the championship. The 90 and the
Tooker
83
with a big run.
and the 56 trying to deny those ahead of them. "45 laps to go, and laps definitely winding down. The lap is going at about 18 seconds, I would say. 15, it might not even be that. Don't know what the... Oh, Joshua Adams is a big slide out of turn 4. He'll gather it up. Here comes Scott Crump on fresher tires as we get another big lag.
Oh no, who are we going to lose this time?
The yellow flag to come out.
Also lost Joshua Clark last.
And it said, now it says on my screen, it says everybody.
Yep, we just got to kind of hang tight and see if all our cars come back. All the people are still here. That's good.
This is unique. I've not experienced this problem before on iRacing. I don't know exactly.
Well, this would be interesting, wouldn't it be? So you got Vincent Isabella in first place. So if we're done, does he advance?
And the race would be official.
Yeah. If we're red flagged, I think Vincent's probably somewhere sitting. Pull that plug, baby.
That would definitely be my guess if we were to treat this kind of like any other, after halfway situation where the race could not resume.
An act of server gods.
Don't know. I haven't looked in the rule guide to see if that is indeed something that would take place.
So we really don't have any. Trying some social media, seeing if I can get to Buddy.
You know what? I blame Rashav.
He's somewhere laughing. I think it was Yeah, so it's a red flag for an iRacing outage. Big time. Zach Evans reporting that to us on the media. Pit track report. Well, I can just go up our
coming up. Yeah. Hopefully, we're sorry, guys. This is the.
We'll be back as soon as we figure out something.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Hope the winner.
We're back.
Welcome back in what has to be described as the most bizarre scenario to unfold for this season. An iRacing outage actually knocked out all but one player. I think we saw Tyler Froty, and then it was Joshua Clark that unfortunately got the boot as well. We return back to you with just 16 laps remaining in a shuffle up front. Scott Crump has been able to work his way in front of Tate Lytle in that 56 car. Where's the 12 of Vincent Isabella? He's marred back in position. The 95, though, I believe, oh, yes, he might be on the lead lap as I'm trying to look at my score. And that is a battle, an important battle, because if the 95 of Joshua Adams can get around that 90 car, as the yellow flag is out, it's not over. Oh my goodness, Scott Crump, Tate Lytle barely missing that 24 car.
Osak looks like he comes in.
Back down and collects the 24.
Racing incident, no tally. I still got to think Osak should give him a little more. That's putting him in a tough spot.
I'll tell you who was almost put in a tough spot was that 9056 card there. All right, so Joshua Adams is one of the drivers who is currently needing to race his way in. Right in that 95? Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Yes, so I just wanted to make sure.
Got Tate right on his bumper.
So it is in the 56 car's best case scenario is to hope that that 90 car gets to victory lane, because of that 95 boots him out of the way. That puts that 56 car right with him out of the championship picture. We're going to restart here with less than 10 laps to go to settle the finale here as well. This is an interesting race. I feel like I joined in right when all the good stuff happened. I guess not really. We've had some cars, unfortunately, take out. Nick Massey also not a factor as well. 83 with the two-tire stop. So the 19, Vincent Isabella with a flyer of a pit stop. He's going to gain at least 4 spots on pit road. Driver that did not have the best pit stop at all was the 95. I believe that 12 car is going to go right behind that 90. These guys are going to be behind drivers that took 2 tires, and that will be the 19 of David Tooker and the 83 of Shane. 83, he's just driving for bragging rights right currently. So it's the 90 at this point, just trying to get a win of the season. The 19, though, of David Tooker. Oh, no. The 12 car might have been speeding on pit road, and that could be his championship hopes up in smoke. He's back on pit lane. It's not going to go to the 12 car, that 4th final spot, unless something dramatic happens. It has happened tonight, but it won't happen currently. Did he had a flyer. I saw him exit pit road, and he must have been way too hot on the gas, because this is going to put him not deep in the field, but perhaps the last car on the lead lap. Have to serve that penalty. He's going to go ahead and get tires on it. Might not be, if we get a yellow flag, he might not be out of things here, but we'll find out. So the 56 car is going to be battle of Pro Wedge Racing teammates, as well, as much as that 56 wants that 19 car to win. I don't believe we want to see that 19 and the 56 have to battle it out amongst themselves. Green flag is back out. 8 laps to go. Shane Terrian in that 83 muscles away in that outside line. Here comes the 19. Didn't get the start he was hoping for. Now under pressure on the outside from the 56 of Tate Lytle. Lytle, the reigning champion, now with less than 7 laps to go, trying to run down that 83. Taking matters into his own hands as the yellow is out. 6 laps to go, and that is going to put us, I believe, either in overtime territory or just barely inside. My goodness, Chad and the 24. The 24 has been a bowling pin tonight. Chad Frankenfield, league owner and hopeful championship 4 contender, not having the night he wanted at all. And I believe his shot at trying to go to victory lane is done. Now I'm telling you, the 83, this is the 83. He might have the upper hand here, because once that pace car hits, he can go whenever he wants. And I believe with just 2 laps to go, I believe we're only going to have 2 laps to go to settle this. That might be more than enough to gap that 56 car, who I believe doesn't want to really pressure the issue anyway. He would be safe based on his finishing position in order to run another day with the championship on the line.
Yeah, he's just got to keep Tooker behind him and not in front of.
Bad news for Tooker is that he's going to elect to start on the inside, but he'll be behind the 56 car, the guy he needs to beat. So I believe the 83 is going to stick to that top lane, and the 90 car is going to be right behind him as well. So things got just a lot tougher for that 19 car. He didn't have that restart go his way. He lost that position, and there is going to be perhaps his shot at a championship up in smoke, or given to his teammate there, as we are now officially into the ending of this race. It'll be 2 laps to go. I don't believe this is not considered a green-white checker, as there are naturally just 2 laps to go in this one, but they are double up. 19 and the 90. There's Trey Holmes, the pole sitter, front row. These two doing a great job of rebounding from a pretty hectic day for the 90 and the 88. And it looks like
Alex,
it won't be green this time by, so this will be an overtime.
Alex just says, okay, so it is going to be a green-white checker? Because I was going to say, if it's not, and caution came out middle of the white flag, would then the yellow get thrown, and then we have a green-white checker? But if this is going to be a green-white checker, it won't matter.
Yeah, it will now be a green-white checker. They did not get started. So we are now in overtime, and it comes down to this. Will the lobby hold up? You see a lot of blinking in that bottom lane, the 80 and the 32. Shane, the rookie, trying to bookend both rounds, or both races in this round. And that 56 car trying to make sure his name is inside that championship 4 picture at Iowa. Less than 1 mile to decide who has that ticket. Green flag back out. Tate Lytle stumbles on the gas that allows that outside line and Shane Darian to get away. Who is going to get the checkered flag first at Bristol? The 90 is Scott Crump, able to get around that 56 car. They'll face the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
95 can win his way in.
Trying to get there, but I don't believe it'll be enough. The 83 is going to bookend round 2 in the JoinAPS.com Cup Series with a win here at Bristol. The 56 car is going to outlast his other competitors and be awarded with a shot to defend his championship here in 1 week time for the JoinAPS.com Cup Series. Congratulations to Shane and Tate Lytle, winners here at Bristol. Shane doing an excellent job there rookie stripes on the back of the car, but a veteran move to get the lead late and hang on in what can only be described as one of the most bizarre iRacing moments in really elite racing history.
Definitely. We'll have to
Where
talk
were
to people
you
and find out
when
what
the
was in
lights
our
went out?
missing laps. Yeah, when we went away, Vincent Isabella was in the lead. We came back and he was in 7th.
Yeah. That was unfortunate there too, although I expect it might have been those older tires right there. So we are going to get our leaders in the booth as we take a look at the
Oops,
running.
it went away.
Oh.
There they are. They're back.
There we go. The race results here for the round 2 finale now complete. Shane, as I had mentioned already, win number 2 of the season. Scott Crump, David Tooker, your podium finish, Joshua Adams, and Tate Lytle. Lytle actually did not make it inside the top 3, but with enough points there, he's going to be able to race for a championship. I'm sure he will be, no doubt, in good spirits all race long.
Ready for our winner?
All night long. As we can get our winner. All right, I'm joined in the booth here by that 83 car there. Shane, you were able to bookend the round 2 with your second win of the night here, but it was not easy. What was going through your mind when that iRacing outage happened? And then 2, how did you get this car to victory lane because of it?
The outage was scary because if they were to call it, my teammate was eliminated, even being 41 points into the cutoff, because he was more than 13 behind Tate Lytle. So I was just praying the race kept going, and then I pit for 2 tires because I was basically in a must-win for my teammate. So I was shocked that the tires held off on 2. So like this is awesome. I finally won at Bristol after 9 years.
Well, team orders there, not really necessarily team orders, but teammates doing teammate things that allowed you to get to victory lane there. You're going to be racing for your first shot at a championship here for the Elite Racing Network. What does that mean for you in 1 week time?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I did basically mimicking what I did in the truck series. It took me up until playoffs to win a race, let alone 2 races, and I'm doing it almost again the same thing. So let's hope I can actually seal the deal this time, unlike trucks where I sped on pit road and lost it.
Hopefully that will not be the case here. You mentioned that your teammate was on the outside looking in. Now, if we get to Iowa and he becomes the one that beats you, is that going to make it sting just a little bit more?
Yes and no, but because he is better than me at Iowa. I've struggled at Iowa the last couple of years, so as long as it's a team win at this point, it's only my first year. It's my rookie season, so I can't really be too upset. I'm just glad to make the Final Four, despite I've had a lot of ups and downs in this league. So yeah, this is I'm excited for Iowa. I'm gonna have to practice because it's been a while since I've raced there.
All right, Shane. Well, you just mentioned ups and downs, but we've definitely noticed a lot of the ups, and those ups are going to get you a shot for that championship in 1 week time. I want to give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like here as winner of tonight's Bristol 250.
Yeah, thanks my sponsor FRN, the Sky team. We got a 50% chance for the championship next week, so let's shoot for it. Then you guys for broadcast, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I watched the last one because I was racing from an airport last time. That's why I didn't get to talk to you guys on my first win. I was racing on a laptop at an airport. It was not ideal, but it worked.
Yes. In fact, we were wondering about that. We had a running joke in the booth about how you guys, with the exception of Nick Massey, you've not been able to talk to anybody that's won a race in your team. So glad to see that curse was finally broken, if it took an iRacing outage to do so.
Yeah, lucky. I'll take a lucky win.
All right, man. Well, hopefully we'll be talking to you at this same spot in 1 week time there. You better get to practicing. You're going to need it, competing against that 48, 56, and that 40.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right, Shane Terry, you're winner of the Bristol 250. Let's go ahead and bring in second place there. I think we have him. Yep, Scott Crump. Scott, we missed a little bit of how you were able to take the lead there during those closing laps there, but I think a big moment of you taking control of that was going down pit road. Walk us through your night, especially having that scary incident on lap 62 that put you deep in the field.
Yeah, it was a real up and down night. I really had probably the most dominant car out here. It's just frustrating we didn't get to finish it off there. But the car was really super good on long runs. I was able to save the right front. Everybody was burning off their right fronts like crazy.
It did seem like once we had two pretty big long runs, you're able to work your way up and rebound from that earlier issue when you were almost taken out with the 88 car leading, and then definitely able to take the lead before that iRacing outage. That outage, though, really changed the game in more ways than one because we didn't know necessarily we were going to go back green. Were you kind of concerned about that? What was it like in your end?
No, they weren't going to stop it. They were going to let it keep on going. It looked like, for the most part, everybody was good. It's just a few people that dropped out.
All right, and then also, you had your a great day with second place there, unable to get the win, but very much solidifying yourself as far as, still trying to get that first win of the season there. Do you think you have something for Iowa as we are about to wind down?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I got something for every track. I just can't ever finish the deal. I mean, I let so many of these slip away. I let this one slip away. 2 tires was the call. Just didn't make that right call there and just cost me. I've had about 4 or 5 races where I think I was the dominant car and just couldn't finish the deal. So it's just frustrating to keep on not winning any of these.
Well, you got one more shot at it, and I think, if I remember correctly, you're pretty good at Iowa there. You've been pretty good all season long, so it would not surprise me to see you battling for that first win and changing that 0 to 1 by the time the season ends. But want to give you a chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like here as second place for the Bristol 250.
And give a shout out to my sponsor, Tasting Sports Podcast. Give a shout out to my team, White Lightning Racing. Put on a pretty good show tonight for them. Give a shout out to my grandfather watching, and give a shout out to you guys up in the booth.
All right, well, no problem there. Scott Crump's doing an excellent job there. He is your second place driver of the night. Congratulations there, Scott. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Dave, I was wondering, can we bring in both Tate and Tooker together?
Sure.
Let's see. All right, so we have the 2 Pro Edge Racing teammates. I kind of want this as a joint interview there, mostly because you guys not only had a great battle on the racetrack here tonight, you guys also met with one another this weekend. Tell us about that there, with what you can, before we walk through your respective nights.
Yeah, I don't know if Tate's here. He said he was doing something. He might be gone.
I'm good.
Okay. Tate, do you want to talk about the weekend? Do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
I don't know. We had a lot of fun. Saturday night, we celebrated Ethan's birthday. And then Sunday morning, we recovered so we could watch the race on Sunday afternoon. And then me and Ethan at least ran the truck race on Sunday night. It was a good weekend. I won't get into too many details, but had a good time.
Gotta be PG-13.
Yeah, well, we'll keep it PG.
Well, what about you there, Tooker? Anything else to say to add to that enlightening experience?
Like Tate said, I gotta keep it PG. But no, it was a very fun weekend. I happened to fly up on Thursday night, got there, spent time with Ethan and Rachel. Shout out to Ethan and Rachel. I know you guys are watching the broadcast. Carol and Betty, me and Tate, we love you guys.
I love Carol and Betty, dude.
Miss you guys so much. Spent all Friday hanging out with Ethan and Rachel. We went and got breakfast and did all sorts of stuff. But no, Ethan just gave me a tour of Washington and just, going from state to state and how different it is. It was honestly mind-blowing to see, 60 degrees and raining and you can go out in shorts and be just fine. Like it was completely different from my area. But I still had a lot of fun. I'm very glad I did that.
All right, well, transitioning from real world to the virtual one here at Bristol, walk us through both your guys' night. Tate, I'll actually begin with you because you're in the championship 4 playoff picture. It didn't look like it was going to be that way with that 12 car Vincent Isabella leading, especially with that power outage happening him up front. But you were able to methodically once again work your way inside the top 5 as you always do, and now you're going to have a shot to defend your championship. What has this been just now that it's all said and done and you're part of that championship 4?
I mean, I think it just says a lot about how we kind of made something out of the nights that weren't looking like they were going to be anything. I mean, I was hot garbage that first run. I think I was started like 18th, got up to like 10th, and then fell back to like 13th. We just couldn't keep the right front on it, and I mean, learned some things there that first run that I was able to use, but I still was just not quite where I wanted to be pace-wise. Almost had the race fall in our lap there, though, with that second to last caution with like 8 to go. I started on the outside, and I mean, if there's no cautions at that point when I'm running second, I probably go in the race, because as soon as the 83 got any heat in those tires, it was going to be over for him, I think. But 2 tires was the call with that caution. A little bummed Tucker didn't get out in front of him there, because I think with the way the points worked out, I would have actually jumped Massey, and then me and him could have both been racing for a championship in a couple weeks. But just not always gonna have the speed, but got to be in the race to win the race, and did a pretty good job. Got lucky on a couple instances with some crashes in front of us. Kind of just chose the right lane, luckily, and didn't end up hitting anything. But yeah, I mean, we kind of made something out of nothing, and Tucker looked like he was pretty fast there too. He's kind of got, if he wouldn't have got jumped by the 83 on that pit stop, you guys are probably talking to me and him about both being in the championship 4 and him winning the race. So kind of bummed that 83 was able to beat him out there. It was pretty close, but yeah, it was just kind of a crazy night. I knew it was going to be with how fragile the cars are now. You kind of got to drive them like they're an open wheel car. The front suspensions at least are just so fragile. I mean, you could hit the wall one time and have 0 damage, and hit the wall the next time, and toe link just break right in half, and you got to go spend 8 minutes on pit road fixing it, which will put you about 20 some laps down. So yeah, I just kind of bided our time.
Well, you survived the night, and you're surviving a chance to defend your championship here last year. But Tucker, you're unfortunately going to be on the outside looking in. It was not for a lack of effort, though. Walk us through what you needed just a little bit more in your night here at Bristol.
I think for us, we fired out of the gate really well. Started an outside pole, which you can't ask for much better than that. This is the place. If you're going to start up front and have it matter, it's going to be this track, because once you get outside the top 10, it's tough. Everybody's really close on pace, and everybody's jumbled up, and you get kind of in the war zone. Like I said, we started off great. Started off second, led some laps early. Just didn't really have the long run pace. Showed up in practice with about 20 minutes left, and was just trying to get used to how this car is supposed to drive, and with this new update, the way the change is made, and all that kind of stuff. And that's what sucks about coming to these races, especially mid-season, when we're having to adjust to a new car or a new version of a car. You get comfortable with something, and then a next gen update comes out, and you have to almost change the way you drive it. So it's just every week it's something different. But tonight I think we just lacked the long run speed. Fell back from second to about 9th the first run, and then drove our way back up to 3rd, 4th about halfway through the race, and finally figured out how to manage some tire. Was able to keep myself on the inside the top 10. Had some cautions late that fell our way. That's what really put us up there. Took 4 a few times, found myself 3rd, 4th, maintaining there, and then we got that caution with about 10 to go. I knew that was going to be the money stop for everybody as far as what to take, and I chose 2. And Shane happened to choose 2 there as well with me, which really made it tough because he beat me out of pit road. I think if I could have maybe got out in front of him, or at least have gotten a better restart, I could have done something. But just starting on the bottom is so tough with the run you get on the outside. You can maintain with them on the restarts, but after that, you got to get clear or you're going to the back. And I was just lucky to get up top pretty late or pretty early in that late caution. with about 5 to go and was able to make up a couple spots to get this podium. But it's sad it's not going to carry me to the next round. So, but we'll move on next year. Try even harder. I think we do got the speed to do it. I think that's 56 cars also got the speed to do it. So we'll try to make sure there's 2 of us in there this time.
All right. Well, both of you guys having a great run there so far. I think that really puts into perspective how the team aspect of this sport here. We mentioned, or we heard from Shane. He said that he was at one point concerned that the 48 was going to miss it. And so that actually prompted him taking 2 tires there in order ensuring that he was able to win that race there. But I imagine if something like that were to occur at Iowa, you'd be right there for him there, Tooker, to help Tate try and hand the thing off. So we'll see what happens here. I'm very much excited to see what happens for you guys next week with Pro Edge trying to defend their championship. Gonna give you guys a shot and a chance to shout out anything that you'd like here. I'll have Tooker, since you did finish podium, I'll have you go first before we go to Tate.
All right. Well, there's so many people to thank now. I gotta refresh my memory. There's a lot of people I've visited over the past weekend. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Pro Edge Racing. We've put in a lot of work tonight to get the results we did. At least Tate did. A lot of other guys did. I kind of showed up a little late to the party, but I feel like everybody in the garage that showed up had speed, capable of winning. I love running with these guys every single week. It's more than just the race team now. We've all met in person. It's at least us 3. We've all met in person, and it's a lot different. The vibe is just different here. I love racing with these guys. I wouldn't race with anybody else if I had the choice. But yeah, Pro Edge Racing, Carol and Betty, we love you guys over in the Burrell house. Rachel, Ethan, Austin, Ethan's mom. There's just so many people to shout out now. Lots of lovely people, lovely family over there. We love them. Also want to give a shout out to 213 Simware for coming on board with Pro Edge Racing. Really appreciate you, Anthony. And then I want to give a shout out to JD Designs. There's so many people. JD Designs, he made all our paint schemes for us this year and put on some beautiful work and is currently working on some stuff for next year. So we love having him on board, love representing his company. And then everybody at Elite iRacing Series, everybody that helps Elite run the way it does. I know tonight was kind of an issue with cautions. Really wasn't that bad, but there's been some nights where it's been a struggle trying to get a grip of this car and just some long nights in the race car. But everybody works together to try to finish it off very well, and I think tonight we did that. So, and also want to thank you guys up in the booth. I know Rish isn't here, but Rish, Alex, David, Huckleberry, love you guys for what you do up here. I really appreciate the effort you guys put in for these broadcasts. I love watching these races back.
Awesome. And I would be remiss not to say that I do not love getting a chance to interview you guys and everything. So thank you so much there, Tooker. And Tate, we'll have you close us out there as well, too. You're going to be running for a championship 1 week time. You've got some practicing to do.
Yeah, shout out to everyone he just shouted out, Carol, Betty, Ethan, Rachel, and then obviously JD Designs. But shout out to Brent Wentz, Days Gone By Vintage Racing Apparel. Go check him out. Not only does he sponsor me and about 2 or 3 other guys in the series, he sponsors the championship weekend for Elite's NASCAR series. And I have the opportunity to go out and win 2 separate championships running that Days Gone By car. So if you guys all do me a favor, once this broadcast ends, go check out Days Gone By on Etsy. He's got it linked in his Twitter. Lots of cool stuff. He's just put up a bunch of hats the other day. And if my head wasn't so flippin' fat, I'd go buy them all. But, you got a big dome like this, not everything fits. So more for you guys. Yeah, and then just shout out to the team. We really fun weekend this last weekend, getting to hang out with Ethan and Tooker. And know the cars and the tracks might be fake, but like the racing itself is super real, and then the friendships that you make are also super real. So it's just it was just really cool to get to hang out with them in person, and it's like we'd known each other for as long as we have. Those 2 had known each other for 10 years. I've known them for 4 or 5, and it's like we'd known each other for that long. So pretty cool. Shout out to you guys for watching us race fake race cars for the last 2 hours for much less than minimum wage. So props to you guys. And yeah,
That's a good point, Tate. That's a good point.
Hey, be sure to tell us what happened during the 7 or 8 laps that we didn't get to see. So,
a whole lot of what's the word that I can use on here? Griping. A whole lot of griping. Whole lot of whining. For good reason, obviously. But I mean, what is there that they could really do? So, yeah, that's
All right,
my kind
y'all.
of 2 cents for it. But
That
thanks, guys.
is Pro Edge Racing, half of Pro Edge Racing there, doing an excellent job in providing us with the insight of their awesome relationship off the track and on it there. Quickly, though, we have one more race here in the Elite Racing Network for the JoinAPS.com Cup Series Season 22A, just Iowa. It'll be right here on YouTube, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time next Wednesday. You're not going to want to miss it as we keep an eye on the 56, the 40, the 83, and that 48 car, all with one goal to try and win. 3 of those guys going for their first championship, one other guy trying to defend his first. It all
Go
comes
back
down.
to back.
It all comes down to this. You're not going to want to miss it. But from all of our great, amazing sponsors there, Chad for bringing on this league there, David doing a great job behind the scenes and being my co-host, and Rashad, who wasn't here today as well. But from all of us here for the Elite Racing Network, so long. We hope you guys will join us for the championship finale in 1 week time. We'll see you guys at Iowa. Join
2
us
weeks time.